Let's now bring in SABC News correspondent Laura Westbrook, joining us live from London to give us the latest on the investigation side of things. Laura, a very good afternoon to you. So we understand through reports that the French prosecutors are indicating at this stage that no signs of struggle have been observed at the scene of the ambassador's death. How true are these reports, and what is the latest from your end?
Yes, we do understand that investigators have said that currently they're working on the theory that there was no foul play involved in the incident. We have, as you mentioned, the DIECO Deputy Minister says the family of the late ambassador has now formally identified his body in Paris on Thursday. He also added that the government didn't want to speculate on the cause of death at this stage and had appealed to the media to await the outcomes of the preliminary investigations that are being carried out by French authorities. Now, those are expected to be completed this weekend. And earlier, the family had said that there were many unanswered questions and that they hoped there were many unanswered questions around the circumstances of the late ambassador's death, and that they hoped that the formal report would help to bring some closure. The late ambassador's brother had said that he was waiting for law enforcement agencies to give that final report of what happened. He said one of the questions he had was around the late ambassador's cell phone and why that was not with him during the incident. Now, it is being reported that the police is in regular contact with the late ambassador's family and that they have been updating them on the progress of the investigations. So far, camera footage from the hotel at the Hyatt Regency in Paris, where the ambassador died, has been looked at by officials, and as I said, investigators are saying to the family they do not currently suspect any foul play was involved. It's also being reported that the family is in regular contact with the embassy as well. And there was that family statement overnight in which they thanked people for their support and for their condolences, and also thanked the South African government for its support so far. They said that the ambassador's passing had left a void beyond words, and that people's messages of condolence had brought them comfort in their grief, reminding them that they are not alone. But they did say that they were looking for clarity on how all of this unfolded. And so as the authorities are continuing their investigations, one of the areas that they will obviously be looking at is how the window on the 22nd floor was able to be opened. These windows are supposed to be secured. They're supposed to not to be able to be opened beyond a few inches. And so there are still a lot of questions that remain unanswered, but the investigators are continuing to update the family as those investigations continue in Paris.
And very quickly, Laura, of course, as the family waits for the official report, are you able to tell us about just the kind of cooperation and information sharing has been going on and disclosed between French judicial authorities as well as South African officials?
Well, we do know that on Thursday, the presidency spokesman told South African media that they were working very closely with French authorities, and that with respect to the conclusion of their investigation, that they were awaiting a report on the conclusion of that investigation, so other processes that need to follow can follow. So we know that the embassy and the South African government has said that the embassy staff in Paris are working with French authorities as well to make sure that the South African government is represented in that way in those conversations. Of course, South Africa will at some point have to appoint a replacement ambassador to carry out the important work of boosting ties between France and South Africa. But in the meantime, the investigation is very much ongoing, and we will, as I say, await the report of those preliminary findings, which are expected at the weekend.
Laura, thank you so much for that update. Laura Westbrook joining us there from London, just giving us the very latest in as far as the investigations are concerned.